The first receiver has been taken in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Atlanta Falcons select USC wide receiver Drake London. Here to break down the pick with us, Will McFadden of the Bleav in Falcons podcast. Will, how are we feeling after that selection of Drake London?
You know, there's been so much talk about best player available for the Falcons, and whether or not Drake London was their best player available, we'll never know. It's very clear, though, that they went after a need. And wide receiver, after the loss of Julio Jones last offseason, the loss of Calvin Ridley this offseason, Russell Gage left in free agency, arguably the worst receiving depth chart in the NFL. I don't know if that's any longer the case because they have a bona fide X receiver at this level in Drake London. I mean, if you want to see what this guy is capable of, go turn on the Notre Dame film from this past season. He did end the year with an injury. It should all be healed by the time the season starts. When he's got the ball in his hands, he is really well equipped to get some yards after the catch, whether that be running around guys, running through guys, making some plays. He's got a huge catch radius. If the Falcons decide to go young and invest in the quarterback position soon, I think that will pay dividends. And guys, 2 massive red zone targets for Marcus Mariota this upcoming season in Drake London and Kyle Pitts. They addressed the need and they addressed it in a big way. So I like the pick for Atlanta.
So, Ryan, Drake London was your number one wide receiver in this class. I know that you're excited about this pick because you thought that he was the best player at the position. Why do you think that he makes sense for the Atlanta Falcons?
Well, it's different, right? I mean, obviously, when they lost Julio Jones, they had just had a different looking receiving core when you have Calvin Ridley as your number one, right? And I think that it's maybe a little pushback to what the Julio Jones mold brought to your offense because you would have a guy now that can win above the rim and have the former basketball background. But like Will said, he's also a really good yak receiver, man. Like he can make things after the catch. So I am happy for this selection because I feared that Atlanta was going to force a quarterback pick. I thought that was going to happen. The fact that you get a receiver and you balk on the quarterback pick for at least now, I think is a good selection. Now, the conversation would have been Garrett Wilson, Drake London, maybe Jamison Williams. Obviously, they had a style here of a big body wide receiver that looked good in their offense that they want to run. So I like the pick personally. I don't think it's a reach. I think Drake London's a really good football player. And obviously, the Atlanta Falcons held a wide receiver position at a high priority.
Folks, if you're looking for some more insight on the Atlanta Falcons, be sure to check out Bleav in Falcons with Will McFadden and his co-host, former Falcons fullback Ovi Mihaly.